Hey, it's Rick with Rock Bottom Outreach, and it's Real Talk Monday. Want to put something on the table real quick, if you would. The the misconception of this is that a lot of people called to ministry are called to ministry because they got it all figured out. False. Called to ministry because they're perfect. Again, false. Let me tell you, man, I'm far from perfect, and I don't have it all figured out. One thing uniquely about what I do is I really do speak from experience. And I think a lot of pastors in the role, there's some things they can relate to, but maybe some things they've not gone through. I've gone through a little bit of everything. I mean, I really feel like Job in everything that I've lost and the things that I've struggled with. So with that said, man, I get it. I understand. And here's the deal, man. There's things I still wrestle with. And so it ain't always practice what you preach type deal, because I ain't preaching at you, man. I'm just being real with you. And to say, a lot of times when I remind you, it reminds me. And so, again, there's things I wrestle with still. And there's a word I keep harping on, and it's wrestle. And is there something you're wrestling with God about? That's one thing we're talking about today. And so I want to use a little illustration. I want to go to the book of Job, chapter 11. Verse 13, it says, "Yet if you devote your heart to him and you stretch out your hands to him, if you put away that sin that's in your hand and you allow no evil to dwell in your tent." Okay. Devote your heart to him, stretch out your hands to him. And early on in my walk, I had a guy said, "Rick, dude, you're walking around holding on to so much." See the illustration? That God wants to bless you, but he can't because your hands are full. Okay, so if you're going to give me something, I've got to do what? I got to open my hands. I got to stretch my hands out. Do you see that? And so my point is this. What is it you're wrestling with? What is it you're holding on to that you're trying to do yourself that you're not willing to give with God? So if you and I are wrestling, okay, being a wrestling coach and a wrestler, if you and I are wrestling, and I put you on your back, and you struggle, the struggle continues. But the minute you what? You give up, tap out. You tap out, the struggle's over. Okay, and so again, holding on to it. Struggle, open a hand. Nope, won't give it up. No, I'm not giving this to God. No way. No way. I'm doing it my way. But the minute that I open my hands and I give it to God, okay, and I stop struggling with it, struggle's over. The battle's over. There are so many things when it comes to battling God that we want to do his will, but our will gets in the way. And that God wants to do a work in your life. He wants to bless you. But because you've got your hands clenched so tight, man, that you won't give it over to God, you won't surrender, man, he can't bless you. What is it you're struggling with today? What are you wrestling with today? That maybe today is the time you just give it up. It's Rick with Rock Bottom Outreach. It's been Real Talk Monday. Have a great day. Beep.